So getting a hand on your money is not an easy task. Most of the times we have to reach out for resources. Could be listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos like this one, or reading a ton of books. So in today's video, we're going to examine my top 3 books that will enable you to get started managing your money coming up. Hey, what's up guys, Mr. V here with Plantures.com, helping you reshape your financial health. Real quick though, if you're new here, we talk about life, we talk about careers, and we talk about money and how together they impact your financial health. So consider subscribing, and hey, at any point during this video, you can check out the show notes and links in the YouTube description below. So if you're looking at getting your hands on your money, there's so much information out there, and the last thing you want to do is to kind of suffer from information overload. So what do? There's podcasts, there's YouTube videos, there's books, there's conferences, all these other places where you can get information. But the basics, again, to me, is just picking up an all good book and just read through it and understand. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to examine my top 3 books that would enable you to get started managing your money. Number 1 is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. For those of you who don't know, Dave Ramsey is like the father of this baby steps. So if in the personal finance space, you hear about baby steps 1 through 7, and Dave Ramsey is the founder or the father of those baby steps. And this book is really simple, written at the simplest term that you can possibly for any person that can read and understand. The book has testimonials of people that have followed the baby steps and they've succeeded, and so when you read along, just some kind of motivation, you can actually hear those people, listen to their stories, and maybe that would be another encouragement for you to be able to succeed. So definitely check out this book. A very small book, just about 200 pages, so you can read it within a couple of days and you should be done. You can find this on Amazon for about maybe $10 to $15. I'll put a link in the YouTube description, so if you want to check it out, head over to Amazon, grab yourself a copy, or you can just simply go to your local library and pick up a copy if you don't want to own a copy just yet. So head over to your local library, check out a copy, read through it, and if you like it, you can get a copy. I own a copy of this book. I have an extra copy that I actually bought that I've given out to people, and I usually would give out freebies on the channel for this book for people that really want to get started. So this is a good read for starters. So number 2 on my list is Smart Couples Finish Rich by David Back. This is a great book, just about 250 pages, so it shouldn't take you that long to read. David Back starts from introduction to personal finance, like just telling you the basics on how to even organize your file cabinet, how to put your receipt, put your tax return and stuff like that, and then walk you through exercises and even get as in-depth as talking about investing, mutual funds, index funds, insurance, those in-depth things that most people don't even consider as part of personal finance. So this is a great read. I would encourage individuals to read the book. It says couples, but individuals would definitely benefit tremendously from this book. If you are a couple, you should read the book as individuals and then come together as a couple and then discuss and see what works for the two of you. If you are just boyfriend, girlfriend, and you want to take your relationship to the next level, before you go to that point, I'd encourage you to read this book from a personal finance standpoint, so you make sure you guys are on the same page. So if you and your partner, you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend are looking at moving in together and stuff like that, this will be a good read. Check it out on Amazon. You probably get it for about $15, or you can check your local library. Maybe they have a copy. I'll put a link to the book in Amazon, so if you really want to check it out. And finally, book number 3, You're Broke Because You Want to Be by Larry Winget. It's a great book, just about 200 pages, still a really small book, easy read. This book is a no-nonsense approach to personal finance, so it doesn't color you and tell you all the good stuff and tell you how it's not your fault that you're broke. He comes out and tell you straight up, you're broke because it's your fault. You have all the resources around you that will enable you not to be broke, and if you're broke, it's definitely your fault. And then he teaches you how to get out of debt. So that's a good thing. Just a quick point though, he clearly distinguishes between what it means to be poor and what it means to be broke. So a kid that was born in say Africa and doesn't have food or water or anything, that kid is poor. The kid is not broke. But a kid that was born in a developed world and have all the resources around them and choose not to use the resources to build wealth, that kid is broke. So definitely a good read. I did enjoy reading it, so you should definitely check it out. You should be able to find this on Amazon for about 10 bucks. I'll put a link in the YouTube description below, or again, check your local library to see if you can pick yourself a copy. And finally, a bonus book that I actually just stumbled upon in the thrift store, How to Keep the Creditors from Coming to Your Home by Morrison. This is a great book. I never heard about this book from anybody. I went to a thrift store just browsing around and I saw the title. I'm like, oh, that's odd. So I just read the title, flipped through the pages. I'm like, oh, this is a really good book. But the title doesn't do it any favor. So if you read the title alone, you might not like the book, but again, the title doesn't really tell you what the content is. So read the book. You can check it out on Amazon too. I'll put a link to the YouTube description below. It really looks at personal finance from a Christian standpoint, written by a pastor. This guy, Randy, is a pastor, I think in a church here in Minnesota. So definitely be able to read the book. And he looks at money from a Christian standpoint. And so one of my best quote in there says like, God wants you to work, because there's this whole notion where you can pray and things will happen. But if you don't work, it's just not gonna happen. So definitely check it out. Good book. Just a bonus book that I wanted to put it in there because I found value in the book. It should be about 10 bucks on Amazon, so give it a shot. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 3 personal finance books. Those are not the only books out there. I just found those to be very easy to read, less than 300 pages, straight to the point, and it just to let you know exactly what you're supposed to do. So there are some great books out there that I didn't include in that list. But question of the day, what are your top 3 personal finance books? So let me know in the comment section below. And hey, remember that some of the best tips again come from you guys in the Pledges community. So definitely connect with each other in the comment section. Like the video if you like it, and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Share it with the people that you think will find value in the videos. And until next time, Pledges is helping you reshape your financial health. Keep crushing that debt, and we'll talk soon.